Hello Reformers, and welcome back to a world of ice and fire. Now, it's been a while since the previous episode, apologies for that, but, you know, sometimes I do like to dabble in a couple of other Warband related, bits and pieces, like a couple of special features, and, there's actually a challenge run going on at the moment, where we basically just take only companions, and we try and survive against the denizens of Calradia. So, yeah, I'm sure you can find that on the channel if you haven't already checked it out. It's pretty fun, pretty intense. And anyway, speaking of intense, we are currently embroiled in a battle against a couple of lease vassals. They are actually attacking one of my caravans, which I'm not a big fan of, thank you very much. I'm going to go and try and help them. This is a naval battle. Not entirely sure how this is going to go. The Lord of Lease will be eliminating... Oh, no. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Naval battles. Okay, so here's the thing with naval battles. Okay, well, I apologize if there are people with epilepsy watching, because apparently there's all kinds of weird stuff going on with the flashes and everything. That's not my doing, of course. That's not my doing. It's just lightning. Or thunder, or whatever it is. Lightning, I guess, is the thing. Anyway, hopefully we will be able to make our way over. This is so incredibly dark. I don't exactly know what's going on here. Oh well, never mind. I have about 299, because I believe I can only take 300 units in my ships at the moment. I don't have any other capacity or anything like that. And I'm hopeful that we are actually on the proper ship here, because I think I have tried my hardest to only buy warships, and even though warships do not give a huge amount of capacity, they give about 60, which is still very, very respectable. But on the one hand, they are just much quicker, in my opinion, than the other ones, than the other ships that are available. Anyway, I'm going to slow down a little bit here. We're going to try and move into position. It seems like there's another enemy ship coming in from the left side. I am really, really bad at piloting these things, so don't be surprised if we have a huge amount of problems. Oh dear. Okay, well, it seems like it's actually going okay so far. We're not doing too badly. I really do not want to jump into the ocean, if at all possible. I'm pretty sure Elias can't really swim very well, so it would be kind of bad for him to do that. Let me see if I can actually... Could you just move out of my way, Dothraki? Why do I have a Dothraki horseman? But oh, it must be a caravan thing. Yes, these guys must be part of the caravan. Well, it seems like at the moment we actually don't even have to worry too much about what's going on over there. Maybe I can get out my... No. I don't have enough reach to get over there and actually murder these guys. I am stuck. I am literally stuck. There's nothing I can do about this. I can try and wriggle out, but I don't think that's going to happen. And how are we doing? How are we doing, actually? I think we're fine. I think we're good. Okay, so where are the other enemies? Oh, they're over there. Oh, okay. Well, this is kind of interesting. Okay, so... Seems like... yeah, I've always said that the naval battles in Viking Conquest, and indeed in Britain Water as well, are a little bit weird, and... yeah, I feel like they... Oh... yeah... Yeah. Did you see that? I hope you did. I hope you did. That was atrocious. That was one of those times where I just wish that if you did fall in the water, it wouldn't actually kill you, because I literally just lost how many units? I mean, I obviously didn't lose them, altogether, because they were just knocked unconscious, but you get my meaning. Having that kind of thing happen is not very good. I really wish I could actually see what's going on. Oh, hello. Oh, it seems like they're actually attacking us from behind now. Okay, so at least that's a little bit better, because that means that I can actually do something about them. Maybe. Yes, here we go. Oh, yeah, we're actually in the fight. Okay, never mind. Apparently I'm not needed. No, apparently I'm not needed. So Baron is getting a level. Fantastic. Very good for him to do that. But everyone else seems to be completely fine. Anyway. Yeah, we did lose 13 of those guys, and we lost a whole bunch of others. As you can see, 34 minor wounded. That was not from our opponent. At all. That was literally just because of the ocean. Poseidon's wrath decided to murder us all. Kind of, well, knock us unconscious at least. Anyway, the enemy only has Only has 10 remaining. I am actually just going to tell my forces just to charge straight on in here. I really don't want to go into that fight again when it's pitch black and, you know, I just can't see anything. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to... yeah. I'm going to let these guys go, actually, because there's basically no point in me taking them prisoner because they are, well... they're going to be eliminated relatively soon. They're going to be eliminated, and there's no point in me taking them. So I'm actually just going to hire a bunch of these squires, I suppose. I don't really... if I'm honest, I really do not want to take any of these prisoners. Personally, we are making a lot of money as it is, and I suppose if I do want to buy some more Unsullied, then taking as many prisoners as possible is always a really good idea, because then it's going to... well, basically pay for itself, kind of, but in the grand scheme of things, I usually don't like to do that, and, okay, well, whatever, we're relatively close to lease anyway, so it's not even a big deal for me to do this, and we're gonna just land in here, and we're gonna not stroll through the town. I did not want to do that. Thank you very much, Elias, really, oh well. Never mind, never mind. The scenes are actually really, really cool, so we might actually go and stroll around in just a second. Is that Qyburn? Yeah, that's Qyburn. Okay, well, we're not going to be bothering with him for the moment. Let's go and stroll through the town, actually, because it would be kind of nice to see the unique scenes, if they have some unique scenes. I think they do, because it took a bit of time to load. So, yeah, it's actually a pretty large area here, and... ooh, that was close. I actually thought that my game was going to crash there for a second. I actually think we should probably get out of there because I'm a bit worried about it crashing. I've been having some problems with the World of Ice and Fire in that regard, so I'm hopeful that we're not going to have any problems. Anyway, as to where we are going to go next, I asked you in the previous episode what you thought. And for me specifically, I think attacking either Pentos or Braavos is going to be the way that we'll do it, because for me, I personally think that doing one of those is going to be our greatest shot at actually surviving and actually doing a good job. So we're going to sail from port, and what we're going to do is we're going to head off, and we're going to just have a look-see, you know? We're gonna just have a look-see. I'm gonna accept this offer now. I really don't mind if the Dothraki are deciding to do things. Look at that! Almost 53,000 stags. And that is all... that's not thanks to lease. Where am I getting all that money from? Ah, rents from Greygarth. I see. Interesting. Okay, where's Greygarth? It's right there. It's a village? It's a village? Are you... wow, I'm really surprised. I am very, very surprised indeed. I thought to myself, no, we're going to be seeing a huge amount from Lys, but no, it's actually from a very small village. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, well, whatever the case, we still have a spy in Lys, as you can see here, which is improving our relation with them relatively nicely, so it's kind of weird. And we have... what? Hello. A Volantis vassal, no less. Hello there. Where are you going, sir? Well, I'm actually... I don't know. I don't know what to do, to be honest. I'm thinking to myself, should we attack him or should we just leave him alone? I'm actually unsure about this. What I am sure of, though, is that I would like to get Baron maybe to be a lord of some kind, to be a vassal of ours. That might make sense. Because we do have Daisy. Obviously, Daisy is very, very prepared to become a very nice vassal for us. Hagen is also very good, but she obviously has trade 7, which would be kind of good to keep. Maya is obviously pretty good too, and Brienne is doing pretty well, but she has no horse, and her leadership is okay. Pathfinding is pretty awful. Tactics is okay, I think. Yeah, tactics is not really okay, but it's fine. I mean, you know, it's all right. So, are we gonna fight this guy? I mean, he's not really doing much, is he? You know, I'm just going to leave him. I mean, we could technically attack him, but I feel like if he were to try and attack one of our fiefs, that one of our vassals or some of our vassals would actually murder him, so I don't have a problem with that. Let's go into Pentos. Gonna check out the inn here real quick, because I wouldn't mind if there was a ransom broker or something. Is this guy? No, that's not a ransom broker. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so we're just gonna have a look-see here. 464. As far as I'm aware, a number of you have given me some very valuable information in regards to which factions are decent to attack. And it seems like to me that most of the factions in Essos are going to be kind of easy for us to deal with. And the only thing that I'm very worried about is Qohor. Qohor itself is going to be, in my opinion, very difficult because they have Unsullied in the garrison there. That's the only thing that I'm kind of a bit worried about for the most part. The only other thing, either apart from that, is Braavos. Not entirely sure how we're going to do that, but I'm going to actually go over there right now. And we're going to see what we can do. I'm actually thinking of getting another ship, to be honest. We could get a cog. 90 men? That might make a lot of sense. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's get them. It's going to be 40,000 though, which is very expensive. But I guess it's decent, you know. It will allow us to take many more units over to Braavos if we need to I don't know, if we need to utilize them. But what I am going to do here though is I am going to send a spy into Braavos. I don't know if this is... I don't know. I don't actually know how this is going to work. And my library in Volantis has been completed. That's very nice. But yes, I am actually unsure how this is going to work because it seems like we need to declare war against them and then attack them from the sea. And that's going to be problematic, as you can see. How am I supposed to do this? I guess I will just go there and then leave. And then we will send a spy like this. There we go. That's the only way that I can figure out how to do it. They have Master Water Dancers and Water Dancers. I'm not entirely sure what those are, but I suppose we will find out in due time. So there is actually a tournament going on here, but I don't really want to do that right now. Thank you very much. And let's see how our spy does. Ah, that is also a bit of a problem. Yeah. Because there is a tournament going on here, there are a number of vassals that will want to attack us like no one's business. So that's a bit of a problem. Oh, it seems like it's already over. Okay, well that's pretty good. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I found a patrol of Braavos, and I have been consistently telling my spy to poison the well, to poison the food stores and everything, and it's all been going swimmingly, if you'll excuse the pun, because we are obviously, yes, attacking from a boat. Anyway, you cannot enter the port because you are not welcome in this town. Let's attack. Lead your soldiers in a coastal assault. Right, against the enemy's 24. I have never done this before. So I actually have no idea what it consists of, but I suppose we will find out as we are making our way over here. This, I feel like this is a little bit imbalanced because we have so many units and so many weird ships in the... What is it? I have not done this, by the way. My ship is doing this all by itself. I have not told it to do all this stuff, weirdly enough. Okay, well, whatever the case, let's hope that... What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are you kidding me? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Oh well, never mind. It must be the giants. They must be in control of this ship. I mean, let's face it. They probably are. Anyway, let me see if I can maybe move a little bit slower and then take a little bit of a easier turn. But I can't bring up the battle map, by the way. Can't bring up the battle map right now, so I obviously have no idea where the enemies actually are. Oh, it seems like... Oh, there we go. Right. Seems like... Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, this is kind of interesting. Yes. This is exactly my point. Exactly the reason why I'm very dubious, shall we say, about always including naval combat in any kind of Warband mod, because I always generally tend to find that it bugs out so much because the engine, I don't know, the engine just is not very adaptable when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do this. But we'll... Oh, okay. Apparently we're not going to go. We're not going to go anyway. No, we're not going to go. Apparently we just did it, no problem at all. We had one Master Water Dancer there. I don't know what these guys are like. I've never fought Braavos before, especially in a world of Ice and Fire, so it's going to be, well, kind of interesting to see. Anyway, rescued... Did we just... Wait a minute. We just took it, didn't we? Okay. Yeah. We just took it. I thought to myself, oh, that was easy. That must be the first stage. No, actually not. No, it is actually done. That was it, because my spy has been so incredibly useful and has not been stopped. He did not get hung at the gallows at any time. He was that good. He was that good at being extremely stealthy, and I'm pretty happy with what we've done here. So I'm actually there wasn't actually a ransom broker in there, was there, or anything like that? So yeah, we'll see how we go. Anyway, I don't really want to take any of this. Thank you very much. So yeah, my player reputation is now 96. That's actually pretty awesome. Yeah, I actually don't even know who to give this to right now. I would like, if at all possible, to give it to someone new. So I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to defer appointment of a lord, and we're going to be making maybe Daisy a vassal, something like that. I'm actually unsure at the moment. Let's go into the inn and see whether there is a ransom broker, because I did wait for some time, and maybe the ransom broker has appeared in here now. Would be kind of nice. Braavosi peasant. Oh, this is actually really cool. The scene is very unique. I like it. It's much better than the standard tavern, that's for sure. But doesn't seem like there's any useful NPC in here, unfortunately. I believe you can. Can you sell them to the tavern keepers in this mod? I don't think that's the case, no. That is not the case. Oh well, never mind. I guess what we'll be doing is placing these guys in the garrison here. And I have 385, and now, thanks to my new ship, we will be able to take them with us. So that's pretty cool. Otherwise, we do have a couple of Braavosi in there, and I guess we'll just wait here for some time and see what happens. We've taken it, though. Look at that. Just took it. And as you can see, my spy actually poisoned the well again. Oh, wouldn't that be bad? Wait a minute. Did he actually poison my own troops? Oh, never mind. Apparently I've been attacked. Well, I guess that's what's going to happen, isn't it? Yes. I got attacked because I was looting and burying the dead, and I thought I'd already done that, but apparently I hadn't, so I was just queuing up my actions and everything. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so we have 385 against 1,091. Bit worried about that, I've got to say. We have a bunch of horses here. We are in camp. This is... Why do I have such few on the... My battle size is normal. My battle size is at about 300, which is usually what my PC and what the engine can handle. So I'm kind of surprised about that. First sword, Tago Celerus. I was going to say celery for some reason for a minute there, but yes, he has been eliminated initially, and I have no shield out for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that, but anyway, let's see if we can murder these Braavosi trainees. Okay, where are the water dancers? Oh, these are the water dancers. They don't have shields. Oh, some of them have shields. Some of them have shields. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, let's tell everyone to charge in then, because I feel like we kind of need their assistance, because I'm getting murdered here by trainees. That would not be very good. That would be very, very embarrassing. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's our units. They're actually coming in now. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Well, that was interesting. It seems like we're receiving more and more reinforcements as time goes on. We don't need any more, guys. We don't need any more. Thank you. Oh, well. Anyway, 45 renown. 45 renown for that? That was crazy. Okay, so we eliminated 14 right there. Dongo's doing pretty well. Woon Woon, fantastic. Brienne also doing a very good job. And, okay, we can take to the field once again. Are we going to be attacking them in camp again? Yes. The answer to that is yes. So I'm actually thinking we're going to be absolutely fine here. I'm actually going to tell my people to come on over and to stand in a better formation, because these guys, they don't know what they're in for. They're just running in with just random trainees, and these guys are... they're not going to be able to do much. Wow, look at this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. they're running in with literal trainees against Unsullied. If this was in the TV show, let me just say, if this was in the TV show, and you were seeing right now on your screens Unsullied versus Braavosi trainees, what would you think? Would you think, oh, that's an even matchup? No, it's not an even matchup whatsoever. I'm very surprised. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I have no idea what to think. I guess weird stuff. I don't even know what's actually happening right now. I don't know how. My as you can see by the amount of reinforcements I'm getting, my battle size is completely normal. It's at I think it's at like 298 or something like that. So usually that's what I will be able to get performance-wise relatively smoothly. And I'm very surprised that we are... well, I guess it's a good way to get renown, but I'm very surprised that they're not chucking more units at us. I don't know what's going on with that. I guess, you know what I could do is I could literally just tell my people just to charge straight on in and see what we can do, because these guys, they don't know. They don't know how powerful we actually are, apparently, and that is causing some rather amusing situations. So I'm going to actually use my Fearsome Cry here, because I got myself into a bit of a bad situation, so I'm just going to use them to, you know, buffer a little bit, use that to buffer a little. Because obviously I'm running out of stamina here and there. But it seems like, yeah, my units are so incredibly good. You know, actually, I feel like we probably would have been able to take Braavos even without the spy's help. But it made it so much less painful, you know? And I think that's pretty cool. I think that is, in general, pretty cool. I'm just really surprised that they are continuing to do this. I guess this kind of... I can't actually leave, by the way, so we are stuck in this until we've eliminated all of them. And this is going to take a long time. Oh no. Yeah, it's going to take a very long time, because if we eliminate 50 each time, it's going to take 18 battles for us to get this done. So... isn't it? No, it's actually going to take us longer. I think it will take it. No. I think it will take us 18 battles. Yeah, I think it will probably take us that long. Maths is not a strong point for me, so you know, forgive me. Anyway, point is, what we are going to do is, I guess, just be a little bit more audacious, a little bit more, you know, charging forth, you know, a little bit braver, and we will be eliminating every single Braavosi that we can see. And I think, you know what I think I could probably do? I think I could probably tell Dongo and Woon Woon to go and attack them by themselves, and they'd probably be able to win. Let's face it. These guys are not very good. Very surprised that they are continuing to do this. You know what? I guess I'm going to actually... cut this out, I suppose. Cut the remaining fights out, because even though I would like to be able to show you all of these fights, I mean, like, you know, because they are kind of cool, and it's a very... oh, look, they're actually ambushing us from both sides. Oh, that's cool. Were they actually doing that before and I just didn't notice? I think that's probably the case. Oh no. Yes, I'm very good at that. Okay, well, whatever the case, I guess after this particular wave, then we will, or I will, run through a whole bunch of the fighting, and then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, this is Very strange. I was not anticipating this. I was anticipating a very large fight on a battlefield. And even then, I think we would probably have a decisive advantage because we have a huge amount of veteran free riders. Bear that in mind. We do have those free riders. And these guys don't seem to have cavalry. I don't think they are on cavalry at the very least. So, wow. Kind of impressive. And there it is. Yeah, another 50. Very surprised. Oh well, never mind. I'll, I guess, see you soon. Alright, so what I've decided to do to make things just that little bit easier for us to try and speed things along, because I'm still at 600 enemies, by the way. Still at 600 enemies. It's kind of crazy how many enemies they're actually willing to throw at us without us being either able to leave the fight or them deciding to retreat. But anyway, to solve this problem, basically what I've done is I have increased my battle size. And I have increased it significantly. Usually I would not be wanting to increase it this much because of performance problems, you know, so on and so forth. But anyway, point is, it's now at 550. Usually I'll have about 300, as I say, maybe 350 if I'm feeling lucky. But yeah, this is going to result in, as you can quite clearly see by the frame rate dropping almost immediately when I look in that, yeah, look at that, 347 of us alone being on the battlefield. Pretty crazy. Anyway, there's another victory for us, and still 601 to go. But I thought I might just cut back here and actually show you the a bit of an update on what's going on, because I'm also realizing now that if Elias actually gets himself taken out here, we might be facing a bit of a problem, because obviously, you know, if they have the numbers and they might have the combat strength as a result of that, then we might have some problems actually winning this battle if it came down to an auto-resolve. And I do not want it to come down to auto-resolve. I think that is going to be a really, really bad thing. So if I can make it so that, you know, we might actually succeed here in a quicker amount of time, or at the very least maybe just make myself take a little bit less damage, I think that would be kind of nice. But as it stands right now, I'm a bit worried. I'm actually stumbling all the time now as well. Oh, hello there. Could you just, you know, go away? Thanks. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, these Master Water Dancers, they actually would be quite good units if they had shields, but they don't seem to come with shields. None of the Braavosi seem to have shields whatsoever. And I know that in the other Game of Thrones mod, the Braavosi don't have shields either. I think some of them do, but I think for the most part they come with two-handed swords. So obviously that's just a bit of a different way of doing things. But anyway, 42 renown. We eliminated 93, so it is a little bit quicker to do this with a higher battle size, but it is in turn making it much more dangerous for our units as well, because otherwise they are mostly, I mean, they're not outnumbered, obviously. They, you know, they have about the same on the battlefield that the enemy does, but the Braavosi seem very offensive focused. They're very good at dealing damage in a very, very quick manner as well, because they are all wearing extremely light armor and they're moving around very, very fast on the battlefield. And that is making things a bit nervous for me, because these guys can come in from basically nowhere and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to very quickly do 10 damage to you. And 10 damage at this point is a lot. Like that. Extremely fast swords as well, so them doing that is really quite dangerous for us. So I'm actually thinking that what I'm going to do from now is I'm basically just going to stand here and I will try to preserve my HP, because if, as I say, if we get knocked unconscious, it's going to either result... Oh, look at that. I'm actually taking blood loss now as well. That's really bad. Anyway, if we were to be knocked unconscious, if it goes to auto-resolve, I think we might actually have some problems. Even though Unsullied, obviously they have a very, very high combat strength, and most of our units are very good. I don't fancy my chances against an overwhelming force. At the moment they are overwhelming, but I'm not entirely sure if we will be able to keep this up. Anyway, there we go. There's a nice amount of renown for us. And we're also going to, yeah, eliminate another 93. Alright, so I've come up with a pretty foolproof way of basically preventing myself from taking additional damage. Now, obviously the main problem with this is that as the enemy starts to send in more and more of their higher tier units, which they seem to be doing recently, so I'm losing about 10 to 15 units per wave, and that's quite a lot. I mean, obviously the enemy is losing many, many more, but when you're losing Unsullied and you're losing, you know, elite archers and, well, as you can see, veteran Unsullied as well as some exiled knights and things like that, when you're losing those guys, it's kind of painful. But anyway, the point is that what I've been doing is basically telling my everything else apart from archers to charge, and then having my archers just hold position next to me right here, and basically acting as a small little vanguard, little, you know, defensive measure to make sure that even if I do get attacked, I am going to be okay. So as you can see, we did lose about 8 or so units right there, which is pretty painful when they are veteran Unsullied, so that's kind of bad. Anyway, there are 122 still remaining for us to attack, and I thought that returning at this point would be pretty good, because then it shows you exactly what I've been doing and how I've been defeating these guys without actually ending up dying. But you can see here, yes, every single time I load in to the camp, because I have such a small amount of HP, my stamina is literally nothing. Like, I can move basically from here to that tent and I'm exhausted. So it's really very limiting, and that's the reason why I'm basically trying to prevent myself from moving at all, because as I say, if I were to get caught out and I was in exhausted status, I would be in a really bad position. And that's exactly the reason why I'm kind of trying to use my units as a shield wall. Usually I would be going in there, I'd be fighting to the very last man, slashing and bashing and all kinds of wonderful stuff. But the smart play usually escapes me. But in this case, I'm going to be utilizing the smart play as much as possible, and that is, of course, to stay back, play the commander role a little bit more than I usually do, and see where it ends up. And so far it's going pretty nicely. The one thing I have to do though is I have to remember to reduce my battle size from 550, which is what it is right now, back down to about 300 or so, because if I don't do that, probably going to have a crash and then we'll lose all of this progress. I've actually spent I think, has it been, I don't know, it's been a long time. It's been like over 30 minutes or something, me doing these battles and everything. So it's been a bit of a grind, and I'm kind of surprised by that, to be honest, because talk about being surprised that we were actually able to take the town of Braavos so incredibly easily. Talk about this, where we're having only 50 to 100 units come in at any one time. Obviously, if I were to increase my battle size even further, then that would be a little bit different, because as I found out, increasing your battle size increases the amount of units that both you and the opponent can spawn into the camp at any one time. So if you want to make it easier, obviously reduce your battle size. If you want to make it harder, then obviously increase your battle size. But if you have your battle size on a very small amount, like, well, 300 I don't think is a really small amount. Like, you know, if you feel confident in your stability, in your game stability, then obviously by all means go as far and as high up as you need. But for me, as I've said, 300 is basically the magic number, and yeah, so 300 for me was about 50 units for the enemy, and then we would just consistently gain more and more and more reinforcements over the time. And while that's really good, you know, for us, I would have expected the enemy to also consistently reintroduce reinforcements, but that just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. So unfortunately, I had to increase the battle size, and as a result, we had this weird situation where they'd basically just throw in 93, no more, no less, just 93 units every single time into the camp, and we would eliminate them very, very easily, because as I've said, Braavos they do not have very good units, and well, that was the result. Anyway, I'm actually going to be leaving these guys. I'm going to be letting them go because I think it might... I don't know. This is when I kind of wish that I could get some kind of live feedback, because it would be kind of nice to have some of your opinions, actually, but oh well, never mind. I'm actually just going to let them go, and we'll see. Oh, my player reputation actually goes past 100. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, so this guy also, Celery, Mr. Celery, yes, he's going to be let go as well. Oh, here's the Sea Lord. Okay, so this guy is obviously the main guy. I think I might like to take him prisoner, so I'm going to do that because he's going to be either a bit of a problem for us because he's going to have so many good units. Well, I say so many good units and we've just defeated them so incredibly easily, but yeah. Anyway, point is, if he does decide to attack us once again, then he's going to bring a very large amount of units, and I don't particularly fancy that, so we're just going to leave it as it is. Going to bury the dead once again. Full plate. Ooh. Ooh, very nice. Oh, that's very cool. These are the swords. These are the Braavosi swords. As you can see right here, they're kind of like rapiers, where they are doing much more damage with a thrust, more than they are with a swing. So they're kind of hard for the AI to use. That might be the reason why Braavos is not exactly good when it comes to combat, because the AI tends to not use thrusting attacks that much, unless they are forced to, of course. But anyway, we're just going to move on and we'll see what we can do. There we go. Okay, thankfully I was able to do that. And we now have Braavos, which is great. So I'm actually going to see if I can get in there. There we go. No, I don't want to. Ah, yes, fantastic. Let me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, phew. I was a bit worried there for a second. Okay, so let's put the Sea Lord in here. I don't think there is a prisoner tower actually built. How do I... Where's the manage town screen? Don't think I can actually do that at the moment because I don't own it. So that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. That will be it for this episode. We are going to be, in the next episode, doing a little bit of Braavosi extermination. And by that, I mean we're just going to be saying, hello, I have a spy. I'm going to, knock you all out with my wonderful... wonderful unconsciousness, what is it now? Unconsciousness concoction, I guess you could call it. And would you mind leaving? And that's basically what I mean by extermination, of course. Anyway, point is, I thank you very much for watching and for joining me, and I will see you next time.